By 10 o'clock, the rescue operation had made very little progress. The fire department had been blighted by malfunctioning radio receivers within the towers. Once inside on the stairwells, the firefighters could not communicate with each other. But that silence was about to be broken.
Someone was able to make the radio receiver work. And we have a remarkable, illuminating document of the effort to get up to the high floors in the South Tower.
Battalion 7 on floor 40 of Tower 2. We got one elevator working up to the 40th floor. Staffed by a member of Line 15.
The man who repaired the radio receiver was 45-year-old Orio Palmer. As Chief of Battalion 7, Palmer was amongst the first to arrive at the scene. As he entered the South Tower, he single-handedly fixed an elevator and took it to the 40th floor, halfway to where almost 700 people were struggling to stay alive.
And then he started to climb on foot. And because he was a very, very fit man, he was able to make tremendous progress. He had run marathons, he ran half marathons.
We're on the 43rd floor, in stairway B. Unfortunately, trying to get up, Orio. I'm up to 5'5".
He went 12 floors in 10 minutes, wearing all the bunker gear, which is 50 or 60 pounds.
We're going to have to host it. I'm on 69 now, so we need a higher ground, please. These stairway walls have been compromised on 73 and 74. The walls are breached, so be careful. Yeah.
When I first heard Orio's voice on the tapes, you can tell he knows he's in a race against time.
Orio's conserving his oxygen, he's conserving his energy. That's why there's not a lot of chatter on his part on the tape.
During his ascent, Palmer discovered that one stairwell, the south, was still intact all the way to the impact zone, and beyond. For the hundreds trapped there, this stairwell could have been an escape route.
What stair you in, Orio? South Tower, South Tower.
The 78th floor in the South Tower was the bridge point between living and the dead. It was a transfer spot in the elevator system, and a lot of people had mass there. And when the second plane hit, a lot of them were killed outright, a lot of them were injured and waiting for help. And Orio Palmer was rising and racing to that point to get to them.
We got tanks outside the pockets of fire. We should be able to knock it down with two lines. Where you know that? 78th floor, numerous 1045 code lines. 478. That's all. Numerous civilians, there's two engines up here. All right, 10-4, we're on our way.
Orio got up there pretty quick. Anyone who was wounded or dying, to know somebody was able to get up there, they knew there had to be a way out. The people who were there at the point of impact, to have seen him, I can only imagine there must have been some elation or euphoria that's probably undescribable. Maybe. Just to see him and realize there's some hope here, thanks to this guy who just made it up here.
When I heard the tapes, you were watching a screen with all the words on it, but with a digital countdown, so you knew exactly what was coming. You knew the exact minute that the towers were going to go down. And you can't help but feel like you want to jump out of your seat and say, hurry up and get out of there. You know, you have one more minute before it comes down. And that's the hard part. That was the hard part. I was not surprised when I heard that Orio had made it to the 78th floor. He made it up to the point of impact, and it's amazing. He left a story behind. My kids will have it, their kids will have it, and I just feel that it's to honor his memory and the person that he was.
7 minutes after Palmer's last words, the South Tower would collapse.